All right, thank you so much, guys. And you're right, there are so many memories, so many people reflecting today. We're going to go live right now to CNN's Camila Bernal, who joins us live from New York City with what New York is doing, what the state's doing, what the country is doing as the world watches. Good morning to you, Camila.
Hey, Melanie, good morning. Yeah, everyone remembers what they were doing on September 11th. And right now, New York and the nation really preparing for this anniversary. 20 years later, we can expect to honor and remember the almost 3,000 victims of these attacks, because it is a day that forever changed America, and it changed the way that we see security in this country as well. Security for tomorrow's events, a #1 topic for so many here in New York. We expect President Joe Biden and his wife to be here, as well as former President Barack Obama and his wife. But there are 3 different events happening in the U.S. tomorrow. Another one happening at the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and a 3rd event happening in Shakespeare, Pennsylvania. And we will be seeing former President George W. Bush and his wife in Pennsylvania as well. So really a time to honor those victims. We will likely see a lot of the family members because, of course, it is mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, first responders who ran towards the buildings instead of running away from them that will be remembered tomorrow. And we will have 6 different moments of silence here in New York, 4 representing the time that those airplanes crashed, and 2 other ones representing the exact moment that those towers each collapsed. So it will be somber, it will be sad, it will be heavy, but it will also be a time for Americans and for the world to come together to remember this very special anniversary.
Camila, every 9/11 is emotional, but indeed this one, as the 20th anniversary, you being there in New York, can you describe the feeling today?
Look, it's difficult because I think that when you're walking around the memorial, you feel the heaviness. You feel just how sad and heartbreaking this moment in history was. And, you know, we're talking about presidents and we're talking about political leaders, but really it's everyday Americans who are walking around this memorial paying their respects, who are feeling that heaviness. That's the only way to describe it. It is heaviness as you walk around this memorial. But as you were talking about earlier, everyone remembers where they were on September 11th. When you think about the anniversary, you go back to that day in 2001 and what you were doing. Even President Joe Biden telling a lot of his aides what he was doing on September 11th. He was on a train to Washington, D.C., and it was his wife, Jill Biden, who called to tell him about the attack. So really, from the most important person in the United States to every single other person who either watched it on TV or was here in New York City, remembers. And it's just heartbreaking and sad to see this, but it is also a moment where this country is really coming together despite so many differences that we're seeing at the moment.
All right, Camila Bernal, we appreciate you taking the time with us today, live from New York. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to take a quick break here on Breakfast Television.